Hi everyone, hi beautiful souls. I wanted to check in a little bit with you tonight. We are still full in the energy of the new moon in Pisces that is taking place right now in the sign of Pisces. And I really wanted to exchange with you and share some thoughts that I have because, according to me, it's a very special and very magical time that we are living. And I just wanted, yeah, to express what I feel, what I download from my meditations, from my thoughts, from my dreams. And I really wanted to, just share it with you and give you the opportunity, if you want to, if you wish to reflect on it and just to take what you want from it. And it's always to be taken with a grain of salt, right? There is no complete truth in what I'm gonna say, and it's only my own reflection that I will here give in this video. And yeah, as I said, we are full in the energy of the new moon in Pisces right now. And it's a very important one because the moon and the sun are aligned with Jupiter, that is the traditional ruler also of the sign of Pisces, also in conjunction with Neptune, that is the modern ruler of Pisces. So those two big planets, those two very powerful planets are together in their home sign, in this water sign of Pisces, this mutable energy that is really all about the boundarylessness, the coming together, the spirituality, the global consciousness, the dreams, the hope, the compassion, the unconditional love, and the feeling that everything is connected, that everything seems separated, but that is actually, swimming in this magma of energy and particles, atoms, whatever we want to call it. This is this all coming together, this ocean that Pisces is offering to us. It's the comeback to our divine self, the reconnection with our spirituality, with God, with the source, with the cosmos, whatever we want to use as terms. This is all this magic that Pisces is offering, and that's this energy that is really activated right now in the sky. And to give you an idea, this type of intensity in the sign of Pisces hasn't been reached in a very long time, because the last time that we had this conjunction of Jupiter, Neptune, the moon, and the sun together in the sign of Pisces was more than 150 years ago. And this was not insignificant, because 150 years ago, in 1856 actually, the last conjunction took place, was actually signing the beginning of the industrial age. So it was really triggering the beginning of a totally new phase for humanity and for the earth. This is completely insane to think that in different conditions and from a different perspective, what is happening right now in the sky can potentially trigger and initiate a phase of humanity that is as powerful and as transformative as the industrial age. Of course, we have no idea, and we have no mean to know right now what will actually unroll after this, but it gives us an idea, at least, of the immensity of what's coming. And I know that we are going through very difficult times at the moment. We have a new war that just started right now, and we have no idea where it's gonna go in the next hours, days. The climate change is right at our door. There is most probably an economic crash that is coming very soon. We are still in the pandemic of Corona. It's like, how can we find hope in this mess? And the answer is that actually, if we are basing ourselves on what's been going on since last week, everything has to do, or not everything, but many things at least have to do with the fact that the USA are going through their Pluto return at the moment, which means that the USA were created with their Declaration of Independence 248 years ago. And it's exactly the time that the planet Pluto needs to go all around the sun and makes a complete round of the zodiac. So Pluto, almost exactly when the war between Russia and Ukraine started, was returning at its initial position in the natal chart of the USA. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, of death and rebirth. It's the darkest, if we can say, planet of the zodiac. It's the planet that is pushing us to go deep in what doesn't want to be seen, everything that is hidden, all the secrets, the place of power, the diseases, the taboos, everything that is hidden in the carpet, and the fact that Pluto is returning at its position in the natal chart of the USA is really showing that the country itself is going through a deep transformation, a complete destruction of what the USA actually is, in order to be reborn and start again from the ashes that were produced when this entity was burned down through the transformation. It's like a dark night of the soul that the country is facing at the moment. And knowing that the USA for decades have been the rulers of the world, to be clear, whatever is affecting them on a deep level will affect every single person on the earth, basically. So the big transformation that the USA will go through in the next month and years will definitely affect everyone. It will affect us from a physical point of view regarding our safety. If we take the example of the war that just started, an economic crash is really possible. Everything that can happen to the USA will have an impact on us in a way or the other. So that's why this transformation that is going on all over the world is necessary to set in place a new system, to start from the ashes again, as I said, and build something completely new. There's a big opportunity to hope and dream big, to envision a new way of living and interacting with each other without staying, trapped in the old systems and the old rules and laws that we've been building for centuries right now. This is the end of the transit of Pluto through Capricorn for the last years, and it's coming to an end, and that's why we are kind of at the peak of the transformation, and the intensity is far from going down, that's for sure, but this is for a good reason. The way it's taking place is really hard for everyone, and especially for those who are in the first line. For example, I think about the people of Ukraine right now who are directly threatened by what's happening. And it's easy, of course, to say it's easy for me to say that everything is gonna be fine, and it's there's a reason for this, and I know that it's hard to say, but I still have hope, and I really invite everyone to really dream and do the work on your side, do the work on my side on a personal level, because we are always saying that what's happening in the world is outside of ourselves, right? But we have to remember that all the wars, all the conflicts, all the fights that are happening in the world at all time is actually the materialization of our own personal shadow, our own fears, our own jealousy, greed, selfishness is actually not expressed correctly, and we don't acknowledge all those feelings that we have in ourselves, and we don't process our shadow, we don't face our dark side, and that's why all those feelings have to go out of ourselves and they materialize outside through our actions, through our ideas, through our thoughts. And the matter is, in the end, taking the shape of what we think, of who we are, what we vibrate. And if our vibration is dark, if our shadow is not processed, is not, if we don't realize the alchemy that is transforming this darkness into light, in the pure essence of our being, the only way that life has to show us and to make us face our problems is to create those big, uncontrollable, and seemingly without impact coming from us outside. So that's why those big events are taking place, because humans are not able to face themselves in the mirror in the first place. And life is making us live this through those difficult times. That's why each of us is responsible. We are all, as humans, potentially super violent. The thoughts, the feelings, and the actions that we have are piling up to create these events, and that's not for nothing that humans are at the top of the chain on Earth. We've been able through millennia to become the most aggressive, the most oppressing species on Earth, and that's why we are in control of the world right now. There is no animal on the planet that is more violent, more mean than us. Human is the most violent species on Earth, and that's why, as long as we don't understand that actually the violence all around us, all around the world, even if it's taking place in another country, is the actual result of how we think and how we live. And that's why I want to underline the fact that we are all responsible for everything that is happening, and we should not distance ourselves from all those issues. And that's what also Pisces is trying to make us understand, that everything that happens somewhere is happening to us, and everything that we are thinking is influencing everything else. We are constantly building the material world with our vibration. I also wanted to say that, and underline that, when I say that I have hope, it's not a hope that is I'm not thinking that we will go back to the world as we knew it until now. We will not keep business as usual, as we sometimes say, because the world as we know it is falling apart. This is clear. This is part of the Plutonian process that is going on at the moment. And everything is gonna change. Our lives are gonna be completely transformed also in the years to come, or even the days to come, because we're gonna go through massive changes. And yeah, you can forget about getting rich, or I don't know, buying the next iPhone, or the iPhone 23 in 5 years, to have a new car, or to buy your last pair of shoes. This will be over. We are running out of everything that makes our lives modern, as we call it, because all the resources of the earth are now coming to an end. Everything that we're using on a daily basis is running out of stock. There is no petrol anymore. There is no raw material at all. All the mines of the world, the mines of extraction for metal, and we don't even have enough sand to produce glass at the moment. So what we take for granted, even a bottle of glass, a bottle of beer, won't even be able to be produced because we don't have sand anymore to melt and produce those bottles. So every single object of our daily life will disappear somehow. We won't be able to produce all this. We will be pushed and forced to come back to really what's essential, and to collaborate and recognize that we all need each other, and that we have to work together with every single person, every single human that we know, to help and join the effort, to build this new world and this new way of living. And it will certainly not be nice. It won't be beautiful, because the conditions are going to be super difficult with the climate change, with the production of food that will be so hard under unpredictable climate conditions. Only collaboration will work, and we will be forced to go back to a really genuine interaction between humans, because if we don't collaborate, we will simply die. And that's how humans actually evolved through millennia, is by helping each other, because we are so without defense. We don't have claws, we don't have big teeth, we don't run super fast, or at least I don't. And yeah, the only way that we had to go through life for thousands of years was to help each other. And that's what Pisces is bringing also. What Pisces is also asking us, or inviting us to do, is to come back to collaboration, and to come back to this dream of togetherness, and of union, of unity. Maybe it's only me dreaming, wishing that everything is being destroyed and falling down for the best. Maybe I'm hoping for a complete reset of society. Yes, that's true. That's for sure. But it's a very deep feeling that I have anchored in my soul. You might maybe think that I'm exaggerating with everything that I've been saying until now, that I'm a friend of the collapse, that I'm a conspirationist maybe, but I'm not here to convince you, or to win the elections, or I'm just here to share what I feel in the air, as I said, and what I've been dreaming of in the last month and years, and what the stars are telling us through astrology. I just want to share my thoughts and give my support somehow for your own reflection. And yeah, that's really what I wanted to do. And under this beautiful new moon in Pisces, I really recommend you to dream, and to keep your hopes high, to really listen to your intuition, to connect with your inner self, with your with your soul, to sit down in meditation a little bit, even if it's really hard for you, and to follow your heart and to ask yourself what you really want for the world that is coming, because we are not gonna destroy a world that is obsolete and that is not working anymore to build a world that is sick in a different way. We really need a big brainstorm at the collective level to build a world that is the dream of everyone. And this dream should not be based on your own personal needs, It should be for the greater good of the collective, of the earth. And this is what we really all have, or all should wish under this new moon, to sow a seed full of love and compassion and hope for the future, to help us face all the challenges that are coming up, and sow a seed to help us collaborate in the best way as possible. Once again, I repeat, we all incarnated in this time and age for a reason. Each of us has a specific key role to play in this divine game in which we are all, swimming. And we can only ask for the best. So intentions and seeds that are helping the collective for its transformation, and maybe also to face your own shadow, to be able to do the inner work that is necessary. Set the intentions that are going beyond your personal goals and achievements. They have to go further, This is peace for ourselves that we are looking for, and also peace for the world, for the elevation of humanity, the healing of Mother Earth, and the creation of a new beautiful world, hopefully. I thank you for listening to me if you stayed until the end, and I wish you a beautiful new moon in Pisces. With love, Bridge.